Okay, guys, this is part 3 of the making of Victoria Drain. If you guys want to see part 1 or part 2, they will be in the description box below and in the comment section. Without further ado, Victoria Drain.
Alright, so I bought, like, I walk out with the knife and shit, open it. It was in like a packaging because it was like a hunting knife. I put that shit in my waistband and I realized the banks are closed to the Sunday, so I'm about to just go over across the street. There's a Walmart over there. My plan was to, like, because back then, and it was like Perk 30s, Roxy said, Demerol and shit. That shit was huge down in Florida. Like, heroin ain't really make it. It was all about the pills back then. Like, they didn't even want heroin. They wanted the pills. So I was like, I'm just going to rob the Walgreens, get the money out the cash register, rob them for whatever dope I can rob them for, and then go to a Greyhound station, jump on the Greyhound with the money, and sell pills. So anyway, I walk across this highway. It's in the Villages, Florida. It's like a 3 or 4 lane highway. I run across that shit. Get to the Walgreens. I'm about to sit on the bench in front of the, you know how the Walgreens got a bench right in front of it? I just sit there, smoke a cigarette, like, start thinking. I was trying to overthink this shit, so I'm like, I'm just going to go in there. The first time I go in there, I go straight to where the pharmacy's at in the back, and there was like 3 or 4 old people there, like, just in line getting their strip or whatever filled. So I'm like, I'd like make a beeline for the bathroom. I kind of play it off like I'm using the bathroom or whatever. And then, like, I'm just looking in the mirror like, all right, man, fuck yeah, I'm about to go do this shit. So I leave out the bathroom and literally cut in front of all the 3 or 4 old people that's in line and pull the knife out on the girl at the cash register. And, like, I'm not paying attention to, like I should be, you know, to the old people next to me. I'm like, they're not even there type shit. So I tell the lady, like, hey, this is a robbery. Like, don't do shit stupid because I ain't got shit to lose and I'll kill you over this shit. So she's like, you know, like, freaking out or whatever. She's trying to, I say, give me the money out the cash register and give me as many bottles of Roxy's or Percocets, whatever you got back there. So she's like scared and shit. And she was like, I don't have the key to it's called a C2 box or whatever. I guess that's where they keep all the good shit. So she's like, I got to tell the pharmacist is the one that has the key to that, and he's at the window drive-through, like, helping somebody in the drive-through facing the other direction. So I'm like, all right, you could tell him. So she tells him, and he looks at my eyes and, like, goes straight to the thing. She gives me some cash out the cash register, and then he brings me, like, one big-ass bottle. It looks like a big-ass pill bottle, like something you would see, like, whey protein or something at GNC. It's just a big 500-count bottle of Percocet. So I just take that shit, and by this time, you gotta think, like I said, I wasn't even paying those old people no mind. So you know they was, like, leaving. Nobody was there when I turned around. They're calling 911 or whatever. So anyway, I know the police are coming, right? Obviously. So I go ahead and head for the door. I get out the door. Instead of, like, cutting through the highway like I did when I got there, I went around the Walgreens, and there were some bushes next to, like, a golf cart pad because everybody drive golf carts over there. So I threw the knife in the bushes and just had that bottle of pills on me. And I just, like, went a little bit different direction, ran back across the highway, went inside a Taco Bell, and I'm sitting there, like, out of breath, like, adrenaline rushing like crazy or whatever. And I can literally sit at this Taco Bell, like, where the windows is at, and they had, like, these bar stools you could face out and eat or whatever. So I'm just sitting on there, like, contemplating. But when I say the police showed up so quick, I don't know how quick it honestly was. I just know that they showed up quick as fuck. And, like, so I'm watching all the action at Walgreens across the street or whatever. And apparently I find this out later, but somebody told them they seen me jump in the car, which I hadn't. That ain't what happened. but they're like 4 or 5, 6 deep, different cars, like outside the Walgreens, going inside, in and out the Walgreens. So I'm like pinned in a little bit. So I'm like, fuck it. I go into the bathroom. I'm like, I'm about to eat like 3 or 4 of these pills, wait it out or whatever, and basically just like try to hope that they don't come over here and nobody recognizes me or nothing. So I popped several of the pills in the bathroom and shit, and I'm like chewing a bit. I'm just trying to get a buzz on in case I do go to jail. And so when I leave out the bathroom, I go up to the cash register, grab a Mountain Dew, man. Go back to sit on the stool. I'm sitting there like 15 minutes probably, and that's when all the pills started hitting me like, damn, because before this, I was like on the old slogan, don't get high off your own supply shit. I had been out the joint, but I had came from, like I said, from Mississippi and shit where we were making money, so I wasn't really like doing a lot of shit, you know, when it comes to hard drugs, smoking weed, all that shit. But anyway, long story short, man, I'm like starting to feel like fucked up, and the people at the Taco Bell's like looking over at me like, I don't know, they just put 2 and 2 together. I don't know if they put 2 and 2 together that the Walgreens got robbed. They just knew I did some drugs. And so I literally like start heading out the door, and then the police just like, as soon as I walk out the side of the door, they're on my ass. Then they take me to the hospital. They didn't see that. They count like dumping out the pills. I don't know this because I'm in the hospital. They take me to the hospital. Anytime you tell me you did some drugs or anything, you'll go there first. So I'm thinking like, fuck it, like it's an armed robbery. They're not gonna be that crazy, you know. Like I might have a chance to try to dip out or something. I mean, I knew it was a first-degree felony or whatever, but they had so much security on me until I got out of there that there was no chance to do anything. So I ended up going to county jail, and basically it was a PBL. So the PBL down there is any first-degree felony that you could face a life sentence. So like there's people right now in the joint in Florida doing life sentences for armed robberies because they took it to trial. And like they got the 10-20 life law down there. If you brandish a gun, but I didn't have a gun, but I still got charged with first-degree armed robbery, aggravated robbery, whatever you want to call it. Different states call it different days, but it's basically the same thing. It's when you brandish a weapon and threaten someone's life or whatever property they got, it don't matter. If it's a deadly weapon, it's a deadly weapon. And so it was a PBL. So now I'm realizing, like, damn, I'm sitting in the county jail in this small county, shit like a hillbilly-ass county, Sumter County, Florida. It's Bushnell, and like I'm just trying to plea out as quick as possible because I just got out the joint, you know, from Ohio. So like, anyway, they give me an offer a few months after being in the county jail. That's when Zach Snyder was my cellie back then. That's when I met him and shit. But yeah, so like, yeah, I got 6 years for that. Basically, is what happened. So. In Florida, it was like you do 85% of your time. So in Ohio, that's flat time. If they give you 10 years, you do 10 years on the day. But in Florida, you get 85%. So I'm figuring in my head like 6 years, I'll be out in like 5 years or 4 years and 9 months. I forget what it was. I kept catching tickets down there, so I ended up not even getting all my game time I could have got. But yeah, so that's like I go to the joint down there, and literally, I do like 5 years and 3 months total out of the 6 years. So that takes us to like, I get out, and by the way, when I was in the joint down there, I ended up with cancer and all kinds of bullshit. So it was kind of crazy. Like literally like a month after I got to the joint, I had cancer and shit. So I had to go get surgery. I had to do chemo, all that shit at the medical prison in Lake Butler. So anyway, it was a crazy bit I did down there. So my release date is March 17th, I want to say. March 16th or 17th in 2016. And I went to a few different joints down there. I was in Tomoka and Daytona Beach, Tomoka Correctional. I was in Hamilton Correctional in Jasper, Florida. I got released from Dade Correctional, which is Florida City, Miami, Dade County type shit. So anyway, I get out of the joint from down there, and I get a bus ticket. My plan is to get out and go to Vegas eventually. I would have went straight there. That was my plan the whole time I was locked down, was just to go to Vegas and like try to start from scratch somehow, like everybody probably thinks about doing. But instead, my mom had contacted me where I got like a month left, and I hadn't seen her in like almost a decade or some shit. So I'm like, I'll just go up to Ohio, hang out. 4th of July that was my goal, by the 4th of July, to have a bus ticket and be in Vegas. So this is March, so a couple months. That was my plan, go hang out with my mom, see her for the first time in a long time, just check out some of my old friends up in Toledo and Findlay and different areas. So anyway, I get on the bus. It's a 3-day bus trip. So I don't land in Ohio until probably like the 20th of March. I don't know. I don't remember the exact date for some reason, because the game time flips it every month. So I think it was March 16th or 17th, but it was 2016. So I get up here, man, and I swear to God, like, I'm bouncing. I got a hotel room that I'm actually got my shit at, you know, the little bit of shit I did come up on. And then I would just, like, hang out with some old friends, go over to my mom's, like, barbecue and shit, like, just hang out. And for the first week, I swear, man, like, everything, I had my mind set on getting the fuck to Nevada or whatever. Like, I just felt like I had I could do it. Like, I was clean. I wasn't using no drugs. I wasn't selling no drugs. I wasn't on no papers for the first time in history since I was a fucking kid. Like, I was scot-free type shit. And so when I get out, my dude, my real close friend, man, I've known my whole life, Ricky, was like, hey, we got to get you, like, a Facebook, because Facebook was still a thing back then. I don't know, it probably still is, but, like, so he's helping me set up my little Facebook shit, and it wasn't up for a fucking day, man, and, like, I get on that shit one night, like, we're getting ready to go out, like, to a bar or something, hang out, me and my cousin and my cousin's boyfriend, and I jump on my Facebook while she's getting ready, because it takes her forever. So, like, I get on my Facebook, I see a friend request or whatever it's called, where somebody's trying to reach out to you, and I saw that it was my dad. Now, I ain't seen my dad since me and my dudes went over there and kicked over the whole barbecue scene about that sex tape he did, and so it's been, like, 20 years since I've seen this motherfucker. He went to the joint for, like, a bunch of bullshit he had did to my stepmom and my stepsisters or whatever. So, yeah, so, like, he hits me up like, hey, I want to make amends. He did, like, 8 years or 10 years or something. He's like, I'm out the joint. I've been doing good. Like, I had 2 heart attacks in the joint. I want to go ahead and make amends with you. So I'm reading this message like, man, I can't believe he really just wrote me, because I hate this motherfucker. Like, so, like, my cousin tells me to this day, like, she's walking down the stairs all dressed up and shit, ready to go out to the club, and she said she just automatically felt a fucked up vibe from me, like she felt like butterflies in her stomach, because I had my mind made up instantly. So I hit him back like, yeah, what's your number? Get his number. I tell Miranda and her dude that she's with, like, I'm not going out tonight, like, can you give me a ride if I get my dad's address? So, man, I get his address, man, and I literally had been out of, I want to say, like, okay, so this was April 8th. I know exactly, because I got arrested. So this is April 8th, 2016. I told you I got out in March. Like, I got to Findlay in, like, March 20th. So you could do the math. March, April, it wasn't shit, right? So we get over there. She agreed to take me, but she don't know I have a knife and shit on me. So we go over there. He invites us in. It's me, Miranda, and this dude Christian. We're just sitting there, like, he's got the Reds baseball game on, and he tries to give me a hug, and I just kind of, like, push back a little bit, like, hey, let's just talk for a little bit. So we, like, spark up a blunt or whatever and passing it around. He's watching the game, but then he gets to talking to my cousin and Chris, like this is when he's talking about trying to bring up good memories of my childhood with him. Which there was some, I ain't even gonna lie. It wasn't all bad, but there was a lot of abuse in that shit. But even in the midst of abuse, you have good days, man. Like, You know what I mean? Like, it ain't all bad all the time, shit. But it's fucked up when it's fucked up. So I'm like getting pissed, though. I'm smoking this blunt. I haven't been out long enough to be able to gauge how much weed I can smoke, but I'm not. It wasn't even the weed, though. So I'm like, excuse me, I gotta go to the bathroom. Where's your bathroom? He shows me the bathroom. So while I'm in there, I'm like putting a glove on, because it's like one of those throwing knives. There's no real good grip on that shit. It's pointy as fuck. It's a good size, but the handle is all metal with 3 holes in it. So I didn't want to, like, because when you stab somebody, you get blood, it starts getting slippery. That's why every time you see somebody that's killed somebody with a knife, they cut their hand. So, because your hand slips as soon as it hits a bone. So anyway, I'm like getting the glove on and shit, and my cousin walks in with Christian, like, and then Christian he sees the knife instantly. He turns around and runs out my dad's house. So Miranda's like, please, just don't do nothing. And like, I'm like, all right, well, let's just go outside. So I tell my dad, man, Christian's tripping. Like, we got to go. We'll try this again tomorrow or something. So we get out to the car. Christian's not in the car. Nowhere to be seen. I don't know where he's at. So I tell Miranda, like, damn, my phone. I left my phone in there, but I really had my phone in my pocket still. So I'm like, just start the car. I'm going to go grab my phone real quick. So she starts the car, and I walk back up. I knock on his door, and he opens it. And that's when the first time I stabbed him was. I pulled the knife out and stabbed him, like, right where his collarbone is. I was trying to hit his neck, but it hit, like, his collarbone. And then I just kind of shoved him backwards after I stabbed him that first time, and he fell over the end table next to his couch. So he's in between the end table and the couch. Then I just get on top of him, and I put the knife all the way up to his neck, man. Like, I would kill your fucking ass. Like, I don't even know why you would think it's okay to get a hold. Like, I'm just shit-talking him. Then I stabbed him again, like, because he kind of trying to roll over. So it's kind of like the side back of his neck. And then I'm, like, just stomping on him and shit. Like, he's, like, curled up in the fetal position. Lightweight playing possum, man, because I find out later, like, obviously he didn't die. Like, he was just laying there like playing dead. Like, anyway, so I jump out, but I have a white shirt on this time, so when I get out of the house, I got blood all over me. So when I get in the car, Miranda's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, man, just go, like, just drive. So when she's driving, we see Christian walking across this bridge. I'm like, dude, get in the car, man. So he gets in the car. They know I just did some crazy shit, so I got blood everywhere on my white T-shirt. And so I throw the knife out, boom, like where we picked Christian up at, where the bridge is at and the railroad track. So I call this dude Randy, right? The guy I've known for fucking 20 years, the dude I used to, started out as a trick, but ended up like just somebody I knew for years that, you know, for real, man, we were cool for a lot of years, man. Like, he wasn't no longer. It was beyond, like, fucking and shit tricking or no shit like that. Like, I felt like if I needed something, I could call him. So I called him. I'm like, dude, I just got out of prison. I got to get back to Florida or Vegas. Just give me a ticket to anywhere at this point. And he's like, all right, I got you, man. Just come by my house. So I'm going to tell you something right now in this story that I didn't know at the time. But I'm just going to tell you because it will come back into play in a minute. But when he tells me to come get the money for the ticket, I don't know. He hangs up the phone and calls 911. It says, I just stabbed my dad up, and I'm on my way to his house, and they need to, like, get me before I get there because he's scared. I don't know none of that, though. So we're just driving over there. And then all of a sudden, like, I stop and get a beer, like, smoke a cigarette, change my shirt, get back in the car. As soon as we pull out of that place, there's fucking cops everywhere on our ass. So they lay us all down, cuff me up. This is April 8th. Like I said, I haven't been out even 2 weeks yet. I'm like, damn, man. Like, I could tell off rip he wasn't dead because I could hear the radio traffic, how they locked the hospital down because I was still out there and they thought I would circle back and try to catch him, but I didn't know if he was alive or dead. So I'm just like, at that point, I knew he was still alive because they had him at Plainship Valley Hospital and it was on lockdown. So when I get there, they're like, yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be attempted murder, and what they ended up charging me with was felonious assault. It's like a felony too. Face 8 years or something. So I get in there and I'm planning on just like at first I never thought, because they made my bond 75 grand because if I were to bond out they had these stipulations just because of my record. Like I'd have to show up once a day at the parole office to, I'm not even on parole, but just as part of my bond. It doesn't seem realistic to come up with $7,500 when I haven't even been out the joint long enough to get that yet. So, I don't know, like my cousin's dad died. My cousin, she's my second cousin, so her mom's husband, baby's dad or whatever, died and left her some money and a motorcycle and shit. So, like, I'm in the county, like, I don't even know. So, like, maybe a month. And I called Miranda one day. I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, you want me to bond you out? I'm like, what? Like, fuck yeah, I want you to bond me out. Like, she's like, I got some extra money. I'm going to bond you out so you can get a job. And it don't look like you just got out of prison for 2 weeks and try to kill your dad. It'll look good if you get a job and just stay clean when you finally go to trial or court or pre-trial or whatever. So I'm like, bet. So it was like a Friday, and I'm like, all right, she came up with the bond money, like had it ready to go, and then they're like, oh, we need somebody that had a job for at least a year to co-sign, because it's 10% of $75,000. So they want you to co-sign, or you need a co-signer that's had a job for a year. She bounces back and forth between jobs. So I call Randy the same dude. At this point, I don't know he sits on me still. Call him up. I'm like, I need a co-signature. I got the $7,500. So he's like, all right. So we get it all together over the weekend, but they don't want to release me till I can see a judge and he can put those extra stipulations on me or whatever. So that's what happens, man. I go to court that Monday. And they're like, well, we need a couple of days to get it till they were like trying to work out what stipulations I was. So I ended up sitting in the county all the way for like another few days. But within those few days, I go in front of the judge and he tells me I got to show up once a day, not to drop, just to know that I'm still in Ohio and shit. So I'm like, I go and I do I say what I got to say to get the bond. So now it's like Friday. By the time everything's done, but when I'm coming back to the jail from the courthouse, my attorney hands me my discovery package. And, like, you got a couple hours you got to wait once you post a bond for them to come get you. So I'm leafing through this discovery, and I see that Randy, it didn't say Randy's name. It said CP, which means called party. And it was a transcript of the 911 call. And it said, when they were talking about him, they were saying RG for Randy Gross, and it had his phone number there. So even though it didn't say Randy Gross, it had his initials and phone number, which I know, like, I knew it, had it memorized. I'm like, this motherfucker set me up. Like, he knows the history of my dad, too, like, the bad shit it's not, that he knows everything, because he's known me 20 years. So as soon as I read it, I'm like, I'm going to prison anyway. They're going to try to hit me with at least 7 years just because of my record. So I'm like, I'm about to just get out, get drunk, try to get pussy or something, like and then just go kill this motherfucker. So basically that's exactly what happened. I got out, fucking hung out that day. It was inventory day at Walmart, so he was like the assistant manager, so he had to work all day, so he was working till probably like 10 o'clock, something like that. So while he's doing that, I'm like just trying to have the best last day ever, like doing whatever, hanging out and shit. So about 10 o'clock, he gets off work, he comes and picks me up, gets in the shower and shit while I'm at the house. I'm just there sipping on some beer or whatever. And then he gets out or whatever of the, shower and shit. We fuck around a little bit or whatever. And I'm like, he's about to go get on the computer. I'm like, I'm going to go smoke a cigarette. So I go smoke a cigarette and I'm like, here. It's kind of like that moment at Walgreens. I'm like, here I go. So I just walked in there. He had a cactus plant that was heavy as fuck. I grabbed that shit and just went in the kitchen, grabbed a knife, put that in my waistband, walked in his bedroom and I said, Randy, and he looked over and I just hit him with that cactus in the side of his head. Like, and he fell back, it shattered, he's bleeding out of his head. I'm like, why the fuck you snitch on me, dude? He's like, I didn't snitch. Like, he don't know what discovery even is, or how, like, he's never been to jail. So then I pulled a knife out. I'm like, hey man, why the fuck did you snitch on me? He's like, you can have whatever you want. You can have whatever you want. I was like, it ain't that, man. And then I just started stabbing him. Like, they say I stabbed him 16 times in the autopsy. So, and the tip of it got stuck behind his ear in his skull. So if the knife broke, and I cut my hand just like I told you, because all the blood was slippery and shit. But then I wouldn't have known that until I got later when I got to autopsy. But then I grabbed his lamp. I hit him in the side of the head with a lamp, and he fell off the bed and started snoring like he was knocked out. So I go in the kitchen and grab like a wrench, like a crescent, big ass crescent wrench.
You have 1 minute.
So I grabbed the crescent wrench, like the big type you use for a car or whatever. And I went back in there, and he was kind of like, it looked like he was like trying to, I don't know, he wasn't really conscious, but you could tell like he was about to be. So then I like bashed his head in with the wrench, literally, like, and then he just all the way out or whatever. Like, I just got the lamp I had hit him with. I still had the cord on it, so I just took the cord and strangled him to death. When he was dead, though, I wrote snitch on his ID. I did some dumb ass shit, just like fucked the crime scene up a little bit, grabbed his wallet, grabbed his cell phone, grabbed his car keys, and I drove out. Like, I got in the car. I went from where Randy lived at. I drove to my dad's house and parked in the car lot across the street. This is the same apartment I had just stabbed my dad in that that's what had got me where I'm at, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm going to see if he's home. I brought 2 knives with me from Randy's drawer or whatever. I'm just going to hope that he's home because it's late at night. I'm thinking he'll be asleep. But when I get up there and I stand up and I look in the window, all his furniture was gone. I find out later that Section 8 had made him or gave him a new location, basically. Like, they offered him a different place because, like, I guess so, just for the reason that was actually happening at that moment. Like, it's like he knew I was going to circle back on his ass. So the place is empty, and then it just I started feeling like, damn, this motherfucker, like, the whole point of all this shit, which you'll see this is kind of similar to the whole fucking Christopher Richardson shit, because I wanted to get his ass fat as fuck, and I couldn't. So now I'm like, fuck, man. So I get on the car, in his car, and just jumped on 75, started driving south. Like, I get to Wapakoneta. It's a weird-ass little town on 75. It's like 1 a.m. I got blood all over me and shit. Like, I'm like, I got money from Randy's wallet, and it's got hella blood on it. So I'm just going to go get some cigarettes. So this dude at the Wapakoneta gas station was like, hey, man. I was like, I need some cigarettes, man. I started pulling out the money. He's like, no, here, man. And he just gave me the shit out of his shirt pocket, like half a pack or whatever. I'm like, dude, thanks, man. He's like, no, man. Like, he just wanted me out of there, though. So then I started driving, and I'm just like, man, fuck. Like, I'm about to go do life, man. Fuck it. Like, whatever. So I get to where it says Sydney, Ohio, little ass town by Dayton, I guess, somewhere down there. And I'm like, fuck it. I just pull up at the police station, basically. And I went in there, I'm like, hey, I have blood all over me. It's like late at night, small town, cops, police station. I go in there like looking like you would imagine I look like at this point. And I'm like, hey, I just want to let you know I killed this motherfucker, man. Like, fuck it, lock me up. And the lady there was like, wait, what? Like, I think she thought it was a game or something. I don't know. But she's like, all right, well, like, sit over there. I'm like, all right, man. So, like, next thing, you know, like, they're asking me what address. They go there, they see the mess, and then, yeah, I end up getting locked up. Locked up. So my whole is like, fuck it. I'll just go to the joint, man. Fuck this shit. So everything was ruined at that point, man. It was like, the fuck? I don't have no actual gun or nothing. Like, I'm just got these 2 knives. I'm just like, fuck it. So long story short, I'm in the county, man. They give me a total of 38 to life. I got 30 to life for the murder of Randy. and I got 7 years for stabbing my dad. And then I got 1 year for Grand Theft Auto of the vehicle. And then the retaliation to a witness, because Randy was a witness in the case against me, that first case I had to stab my dad. So what they did is they merged that, and they gave me a total of 38 years to life, meaning my first time at the parole board would have been in 2054, in February of 2054, which, if you've been to the joint before, you know, the first time you go up on an ag murder, they flop you 10 years off rip. So it would have been, I would have been like 100 years old by my second time from the board or some shit. So I knew I was never getting out, man. So, yeah, that's how I ended up doing life before the death sentence. So I get to the reception center, and I get to the A2. I was in A2 with this dude named Jay. He was my cellie, man. You got to remember this name, man. Jay Walensky, man. That was my cellie. He had just gotten a shootout with the Bowling Green, Northwood Police near Bowling Green in Toledo, by Toledo and shit. And they had killed his girl, and he had like 100 years out of Wood County. So that was my cellie. And we used to just be in there like, fuck, man, if you had my time with your time, man, we got so much time, fuck it. We could just do whatever, man. So we got real cool and shit, and it's relevant later, but I ended up getting shipped to Madison. He ends up going to, like, Lebanon or something, like, probably like a month later. So I'm starting my bid off. Now it's like August 2016. By August 2016, I'm already in the joint doing life, and I had just got out in March of Florida prison from doing 5.5 or 5 years and a couple months, whatever. So I'm like starting off my bid, like I got a good, like a cool cellie. He's a Muslim, like he's very particular about shit, like never had a cellie, like any type of gay cellie or nothing. They don't really go for that, but I don't know, we just like, he was cool with me, man. Like I kept the shit out of my house. I knew how to do time. You know what I mean? Like at this point in my life, I'm like a vet when it comes to the joint. Like, I keep my cell on point. I don't let nobody in my cell. We don't hang out. So, yeah, he just decided, like, fuck it, what anybody thinks, because he likes me as a cellie. So, anyway, I'm in a good spot. But then I was, like, on some bullshit one day. I had already purchased a knife as soon as I got there. And it was, like, October 6th of 2016. And there's this dude named Doug, I don't know, I got him my ticket somewhere, but Douglas Moore Jr. is his name. Looked like Jerry Garcia with the big ass white fro, but white dude though. So he was like a fucking serial pedophile, and he was always like around when I wake up in the morning and like my cellie would be doing his morning prayer shit. I'll be trying to wash my face, and I'll look up, and dude would be sitting at the table looking in my fucking cell. Like, when I first wake up, like, it was so annoying. So now I'm like, I'm just going to kill this motherfucker, man. So my plan is to tell him I'm going to braid his hair at lunch, right? And why everybody goes to the outside rec yard. So, and then I'm just going to stab him to death in the cell. That was my plan, right? But there was like a movie or something, I can't remember what it was, and everybody was all up in the TV room, nobody really playing out. There was one card game going on. There was like one specific gambling table in the back. They were there, but everybody else was preoccupied. I forget what movie everybody had on, but so dude was asleep in his cell, so I'm like, fuck it, I ain't even gotta wait. I'm just gonna go in there and stab him to death. So I go in there. This is something I learned. I should have put the handle on myself, man, but it was like it's the tip of what you got on the top. It's like a lightning rod that they put on things so that the lightning hits it. Imagine the tip of that down and put like 10 inches long, though, you know what I mean? But just on the tip down. And he had rigged up where I got it from. Dude rigged up a makeshift handle. I tested it out. Felt like it was going to work. But when I got on top of this Douglas Moore Jr. motherfucker, like I'm stabbing him in his chest and shit, and it hits his collarbone. And when it hit his collarbone, the fucking handle pushed all the way down to the tip. So dude, and you gotta remember, he was dead asleep, so he don't know what's going on. He told the police later he thought I was punching him, but he's really getting stabbed with this ice pick. So this is October 6, 2016. They take him to the hospital, they throw me in the hole, and now I got 5B status. They charged me at first with attempted murder. It went back up to the warden. The warden said, nah, we're just going to give it a Rule 3, which is assault with a deadly weapon with injury. So that was supposed to get me to Lucasville, but it takes you forever. I'm a cell alone. It's like being in solitary, but in the hole. And like the hole is where you go, or the box, wherever you are, the shoe, whatever. It's where you go it's like the county jail or prison. So I have to wait there. I'm classed to go to Lucasville, but it could take 8 months sometimes. So October rolls around, man. I got some letters in the mail, and I'm cell alone, so I'm bored as fuck. And I would go to the inside rec cage. They had these desks bolted to the ground, like the old ones you'd have in school, with the metal on it and shit. So every time I go in there, I'm pushing this metal back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And finally, it's about to snap off. So I'm like, I leave it alone. The next morning, it's December 13th, 2016. They did a cell search on me the night before, tore my cell the fuck up, fucked up some pictures, got them wet. Next morning, 7 o'clock, I go to the inside red cage. I snap that bar off, and it's like the size of like a billy club or something, and the end is jagged-ass metal because the way it broke off. So I'm only in there 5 minutes when it finally breaks off, so I knock on the window like, hey, take me back to my cell. This is boring. So 2 COs come around. They open the flap to cuff me up because I'm still in the hole, so I got to get cuffed up before I go anywhere, before they open the door. But when they shut the flap, I step over my handcuffs. So now I'm cuffed up still, but my hands are in front of me, and they don't know it. They're talking with each other, playing, like joking around and shit. And when he turns the key in the door, I like donkey kick that door and knock one of them all the way over. And then the other one like runs, like leaves his partner right there. So I got the bar above my head getting ready to crack this dude's head, right? And all of a sudden the other CO that hadn't ran threw like a garbage can at me, like a big gray garbage can. So I went to block it. And when I went to block it, the dude on the ground jumped up and they both ran out of the hole and slammed the door shut. I turned around and the keys, the prison keys, were still in the door. Like they left the fucking prison keys in the door, dude. So I pulled them bitches out, and I had this dude across the hall been cell banging with me for a minute. But that's cell banging is when you talk shit through the door, but you can't get to each other. But I have the keys now, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to this dude's door. The dude literally crawls up under his rack. I'm looking in his door, and there's 3 big-ass keys and a bunch of little keys. I don't know what numbers they're what, so I'm in here trying every key in this dude's cell door. He's pissing himself, so I still got this big-ass bar. And all of a sudden, the emergency exit opens, the regular entrance opens to where, and I just see like 1,000 fucking police, not literally, but you get the picture. Massive amounts of cops, COs, and administrators running in from everywhere. So I turn around, I go straight to my cell and slam the door shut. So now I at least got home court advantage, you know what I mean? My back's against the wall. I got the piece of metal in my hand. But they just open the flap and they just start gassing the fuck out of me. I'm talking 3-4 cans of that black Jesus shit, that orange and black shit that'll fuck you up. So now I can't see, I can't breathe. They pop the door. So many people were stopping me out before I lost consciousness that they were kicking each other most of the time. But they knocked me all the way out. And I woke up in like a holding cage with like all these police around me. I felt like my back was broke. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't be. I thought they broke my spine because none of my body was working right. I'm bleeding out my face. So they had sprayed me and put a spit mask on my face to keep it in my fucking face. But I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't even lift my arms to take a spit mask off my face. So they throw like SRT, which is like the special response team, come in, throw me in the back of this van and shoot me to Lucasville. And so this is December 13th, 2016. And I was at Lucasville doing all kinds of crazy shit. That's where that sister shit happened. Stabbed a dude named White. Stabbed a dude named Bartoli, because it's all cell bars. Long story short, though, I'm there from 2016 to 2019 when I cut myself real bad. I had to go to the hospital. And then when I got to the hospital, that's when they took me to Warren. I got to Warren in like The Warren Correctional is like a level 3, and it's got one section that's level 4, 3, 4, and 5 mental health cases. So that's why they sent me to the Warren. It was only supposed to be temporary until I was stable, then they would take me back to Lucasville. Like I said, I was only 5 feet in there, so I was super restricted. So I get there April, somewhere around the end of April, end of March of 2019. And then when I get there, that's when I get there probably last week of April, is what I'm saying. The last week of March, the middle of April, April 13th, is when I did the crime that got me here. So basically, I get to this place. I know a lot of people there that I was at Lucasville with, and so I'm hanging out, shit. Like, part of me is like, I'm gonna be chill, you know? Like, part of me is like, fuck this shit, because, like, my second day there, the deputy warden, unit manager, blow down on my cell, like, I just want you to know this ain't Lucasville. Like, you ain't gonna be doing what you do. Like, we're gonna be on your ass if you try to do anything or harm anybody. I'm like, okay, whatever. So, anyway, they let me go get ice. They were letting me out a little more than they were supposed to. I was supposed to come out, get my tray, go right back to my cell. But that's some fucking stupid shit if you really think I'm going to do that every time. Like, so I was getting off a little bit, going to the ice machine, going to the microwave. And so, like, one of my first couple of days there, there had been a dude next to me that I had been made aware of as a child molester. Standing next to me in line one day for the ice. I got to hurry up, too, because I'm supposed to be in my cell, not even getting ice. But this dude was so close to, like, standing behind me, I could feel his breath on my neck. They moved him. He was next to me. They moved him down by this Christopher Richardson guy who kept trying to talk to me all the time, right? He was always like, hey, what's up? Like, what you want? Like, what's going on? Like, whatever. So they moved him. That day, I'm already, like, I'm pissed off. I'm the only one that can't leave my cell. I can't go to do shit. I'm like, man, fuck this place. I'd rather be back at Lucasville type shit. But anyway, so I decided that I'm going to kill this child molester, the one that they moved away from me next to Chris, and the one that was standing so close to me at the ice machine, just being a weirdo, man. He was a fucking weirdo. So I pulled down on Chris one day, like, on my way to get my tray, like, hey, man, like, I need your help, man. Me and this dude got beef, but they moved up next to your cell. I know him from another prison. Like, all I need you to do is call him into your cell and then walk out, and I will come in, and then you won't have no problem. Like, I'll make sure you're good, and I'll get you something to smoke on because he likes to smoke K2 or whatever. So he agreed at first, man. But then, like, so I get there at the end of March. April 13th is the Friday the 13th. He pulls up on me like, hey, because I'm ready, man. I'm getting ready to go. Like, so he's like, I don't know. Like, I don't really want to. What if they arrest? I'm, like, just backing out, basically. I'm like, man, you're going to be good, dude. Like, everything's going to be all right. He's like, nah. So now I'm thinking, this dude could go tell the counselor, he could go tell the police. I got the type of record in prison that if you even say that I asked you to do that, they're going to ship me straight back to J1 at Lucasville and be in the dungeon, like, no questions asked, not trying to hear my side. That's a fact. I know that for a fact. But I don't know that he's going to snitch for a fact. But I'm just playing it safe. So I'm like, hey, come up to my cell when they pop my shit for dinner. I'll smoke a little bit of K2 with you, man. No hard feelings, whatever. So my plan was that day to go ahead and get Chris, go downstairs, take dude out in the cell, like, because his door stayed open. He was allowed to go to the outside. He had a lot of movement privileges because he was a level 3, so he could go to chow hall. Chow hall was different times all the time anyway. So my plan was just go ahead and catch 2 bodies in one day. But so the doors pop. I see the dude, the Chomo dude is gone, right? He's already out at the chow hall. They had went before I came out for my tray. But Chris is down there. So I'm like, Chris, shoot up. Oh, by the way, when I went in for count, though, I moved all the shit in my cell up under the rack. So, like, my cell was wide open with nothing. Like, nothing to grab onto, none of that. So I moved all that shit, unplugged the TV, put the fan, like, because I took a motor out of the fan, so I had to hide the fan, the rest of it. So anyway, man, I say, hey, come up here at dinner time. So he comes up, like, shut the door, put the little cardboard in the window so they think I'm taking a shit. When you smoke, when you're trying to get high in the joint or whatever, you put a board up so they think you're shitting and they can't see you when they're smoking. I really had some shit from the smoke too, but we didn't get that far. So, long story short, man, I'm gonna just make it like this dude. I was like, here, man, like I gave him the joint and we lighted batteries. You gotta bend over and put the metal on the steel where your toilet's at, and it'll get hot, and then you can light the joint off the battery. So he bent down to light that shit, and I cracked his ass, and he fell down on one knee. With that first one, still completely conscious, but he went, like, was trying to get up off his knees. And I'm like, man, he's trying to spare his Tomo or whatever. He's like, nah. Then the second time I hit him with the fan motor, he just fell out, kind of like Randy did when he made that noise, like a snoring noise. He's out. So I just started bashing dude's head in with the fan motor until, like, the handle snaps I had, and it went like flying or whatever. Like, but I still had the actual motor, so I grabbed it, but it was so slippery. I'm like, fuck it. So I took a pencil, like a colored pencil, a full-size colored pencil. Like I jabbed it in his eye, and then I stomped it down as far as it would go, and then I took the cord, the cable cord, strangled him, stomped on him, and then I put I put a hoodie on over my bloody clothes, tried to wipe my feet off, and I went out of the room and shut the cell door. But I went down to talk to my dude that was in the red cage. He didn't even know what I did. I'm just talking to him like, what's up, man? I'm tweaked out. I just smoked some K2. Even though I didn't, I look like this because I just killed somebody. But as soon as I'm having this conversation, I see the police, like, following my bloody footprints back up to my cell. As soon as he looks in there, he says, everybody locked down. Like, so everybody starts going to their cells, like, and then he pushed the button, so all these police are running in there, and here I am with no cells to go to because all the police are near my cell. Like, they didn't even know. They thought that might have been me laying there because they couldn't even tell. So when I'm the last of the persons in the day room, they surround me. They tell me to get down on my knees. They cuff me up, take me out, and they take me to this little holding area where the warden's office, all that shit, sergeant's office. I'm in there. Highway patrol comes in and interviews me. I say, man, I killed the motherfucker, man. I killed him. So they're like, oh, he's still alive, but his injuries are unsurvivable. Is exactly what he said to me. So you're going to be charged with aggravated murder. So I'm like, all right, yeah, whatever. So they take me straight here. It's April 13th, 2019. I've been in the same cell ever since. In March, I waived my jury trial and said I wanted a bench trial. In a capital case, you get 3 judges on the bench. All 3 of them unanimously agreed to give me the death penalty. It took them 45 minutes from the time they heard all the evidence till I said that statement you can hear on the thing, on the YouTube or whatever, and then 45 minutes total to sentence me to death. Came back. This was May of 2020, right when COVID was starting. Came back. I've been on death row ever since. The first appeal is called a direct appeal when you got a capital case. You can't waive it. It goes straight to the state you got convicted in Supreme Court, and they look at it to make sure that the trial court did everything right. Then they call it affirm your conviction and sentence. Then you get post-conviction and habeas, but I waived all that shit. Why you see people on death row 30 years is because they file post-conviction. Then there's so many different avenues you could take. But in 2022, I waived all my shit. Well, no, 2023, I waived all my shit. April 2023, so I had no appeals left. After your direct review, they always set an execution date. So they set my date for November of 2026, but then they stay it automatically because most people then would file appeals. So the Supreme Court stayed that 2026 date. Then when I waived all my shit, they reset my date for January 11th, 2028. And I'm just sitting here, and that's how I got to this cell. When you kill somebody in the joint, whether it's a cop or a CO, or you just hold a cop hostage, anything major in prison, and you're on death row, you come here to OSP. It's Supermax. So you're in Supermax and death row at the same time. Regular death row is that if you kill a bunch of people on the street, they give you death row, and you go to what they call regular death row at Ross, and they get a lot more privileges. They're never around anybody but death row, but that's how I ended up here, man.